They picked up several guns and they were able to begin raiding passing traffic and to recruit people.
The Derg regime was hampering aid for reaching especially the countryside. It was terrible.
It is harvest season in Tigray, northern Ethiopia. And the wheat is heavy with seed. One of the world's oldest known farming areas, the Ethiopian highlands, have served as the region's grain basket for centuries. And in many fields, wheat is still harvested the old-fashioned way, by hand. But new strains of wheat have increased yields, and this farmer is looking forward to a good year.
From
the countryside to the cities, Ethiopia is in the middle of the biggest transformation in its long history. Cycles of drought and famine have long played a role in Ethiopia's politics. In 1974, a terrible famine resulted in the overthrow of Emperor Haile Selassie. His death at the hands of a ruthless military dictatorship ended a long line of emperors going back to King Solomon and the Queen of Sheba. But the bloody crackdowns of Mengistu Haile Mariam's military regime, or Derg, sparked a new wave of rebellion. Among the rebels, a smart young man from Tigray called Meles Zenawi. Initially, the rebels were given little chance of success. At 14, Meles won a scholarship to a prestigious school named after World War II guerrilla warfare expert Ord Wingate. Instead, Meles Zenawi would sacrifice that future for another, emerging from the long years of rebellion as a skilled and pragmatic politician.
These were urban boys who had been raised with some privilege in Addis Ababa, and to find themselves living out in the hills of Tigray with no money, with no resources, in fear of their lives, relying on the local peasantry to sustain them, and yet to continue the ideological debate, because I know that that happened. It's an extraordinary legend. This handful of students brought their ideas out into the wilderness of northern Tigray, and that they relied on the local peasantry to feed them, to sustain them, until they decided that it was time to begin the insurrection. And they did this by raiding one police station where they picked up several guns, and they were able to begin raiding passing traffic and to recruit people.